Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. Today, we have the amazing Rebecca Correia on. It's so glad to have you.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome anytime. I was sitting here thinking, just before it was starting, you can see the anticipation on our faces, waiting for it to say, it's now recording.
Any second.
You sit there looking at them like, oh,
the red light is now blinking somewhere.
Yeah, we're on it now. Very cool. Okay, so Rebecca, the hardest question you're ever going to be asked. Who is Rebecca?
I am a singer-songwriter from Massachusetts who resides in Leapers Fork, Tennessee, which is just outside Nashville. I was drawn to music early on and found it a way to heal myself and help heal others and connect with others. And it is something that's guided me on my journey and helped me at every fork in the road to decide which direction to go in. And someone who's a deep thinker, an empath, someone who really cares about humanity and the future of us as a community.
Awesome. I love that. That's very cool. I always love the way people answer that question as a third person.
Step outside yourself and look at
and looking on yourself. Who are...
So tell us, who are some of the sheroes that inspired you musically?
Oh, definitely Whitney Houston, Alanis Morissette. Let's see, my cousin Amy Correia for sure. She's a singer-songwriter as well, incredible writer, storyteller. And, I was lucky enough to, experience that 90s persuasion of strong women that came through, Paula Cole, Alanis, as I mentioned, Tori Amos, just a plethora of really inspiring, bold, strong, sometimes angry, sometimes sad, sometimes happy, sometimes hysterical, and hilarious. And just women that really weren't afraid to show their authentic self, top to bottom.
That is awesome. I love that. Now, is it true that since the age of 9, you have written over 250 songs?
I'm probably even higher than that. I haven't updated that number in some time, only because I kind of just lost track, and it wasn't so much about the number versus the fact that this was just a way of life for me. But yeah, absolutely. Probably closer to like double that now.
Wow, that's impressive. That is impressive. So you've got them all in books everywhere, or is it just like little books of paper you've just put together?
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to have journals that I would, compile all my lyrics and my changes in that. And then I moved on to more like a 3-ring binder. And now I'm more like digital online, getting everything compiled. And also things like copyright and whatnot helps you kind of chronicleize everything as well. Yeah. So, you kind of step into this more digitized world that we're in now, where everything's like very list.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's well spoken, because I think every songwriter I've ever talked with, or same with me, like we have a list of our songs, and when we copyright them, who we wrote them with and things like that, just for tracking purposes. And yeah, it's just
there's nothing like writing in that journal, and I still keep those, and I love handwriting my own lyrics in there. There's something about that feels really like, no pun intended, but tangible. It just feels very direct line from yourself inside to when you can see it right in front of you.
It's very personal, isn't it? handwritten something is very, very personal. You know, it shows a lot about you. You can read so much about someone's handwriting as well. So
Absolutely. And the day and the time that I'm hectic or I'm angry, you know, if I've got all the time in the world, my penmanship is just, you know, cursive and beautiful.
and then when it's rushed, it's like this doctor's notes written, and you're like, what?
Exactly.
What
What
Yeah, I can understand that.
So obviously with the new record coming out now, I'm gonna first ask before we even go into the record, tell me your most memorable moment of 2024.
The most memorable moment was reaching, I think it's reaching our Kickstarter goal. That really defined the year, or it set the bar for the year. It would either be between that or making the actual record and that experience, but just the fact that I brought to the table this goal that we wanted to make a record, and this is what it's going to take, and this is what it would involve, and have my fans just like without it skipping a beat. You know, 3 weeks into our Kickstarter, you know, we raised over $23,000 to make the record, so it was super special to see that response, and it really set me up for the rest of the year to come.
Just awesome. But it really shows you, doesn't it, how much people want your music, you know, and the fans' dedication. That's just awesome. That is amazing. Well done.
Absolutely. I agree. I'm really grateful.
That's very, very
Perfect segue into talking all about your new album here, Flying.
Yep.
Yeah, Flying. We stepped into the studio April 1st, and I had given our producer Casey Wasner, you know, a bunch of songs to pick from, and we narrowed it down to these 5 songs for the EP, and just songs that really were very personal. 4 of them, of which are originals, and then one that is a cover song, technically, "Speak to a Girl," which was written by Shy Carter, who's also featured on the song. Shy Carter, Dave Gibson, and Joe Sparger are the writers on this song. And it first came out in 2017 by Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. And when I heard it on the radio, it just, it hit me. Just the message was like everything that I had been wanting to say and was feeling. And it was a profound moment hearing that song. And I went on later to meet Shy accidentally at a club in New York City, and he came up after my performance and was so complimentary, and we really connected. And he just humbly mentioned that he's a writer of quite a few songs, one of which was "Speak to a Girl." So we forged a friendship after that and started to perform the song every once in a blue moon. And I knew, like, when this record was coming together, this was like high on my list of priorities and hopes to achieve for this record. You know, he agreed and came into the studio and nailed it. And so that was our first single of the record, which the record's called Flying. Comes out November 15th, which is next week. I don't know how that happened so quickly, but here we are. And very excited for my fans that helped make the record possible, and then my fans beyond, who are maybe just discovering me now, or maybe weren't able to be an actual part of the Kickstarter, but still were in full support and cheering me on. So really excited for them to hear the growth and the messages that we've compiled together on this record.
That's awesome. It's going to be amazing. It has
Thank
to
you.
be everybody's playlist. It has to be. That's awesome.
Yes. So let's talk about The One That Got Away. That song. Tell us a little bit about that, kind of how that one came about, and how you decided to put that one on the record, kind of, or as a pitched for the record, if you will.
Yeah, I had compiled. It wasn't a huge list of songs, but because I was pretty sure of what might work best, and this song has been in my catalog for a while. I haven't played it live or anything like that. It was from a failed relationship from years ago, and circling back to some of my 90s influences. It kind of has that Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill vibe to it, where it's it's angsty and maybe even a little snarky in some respects, which with my growth now, and where I'm at personally, it's like I sometimes almost look back and I'd be like, oh, I can't even resonate with that emotion now. But I know that it was necessary for me to have the growth and then to be in the position that I'm in now. And I know that it was an empowering moment for me. So I'm hoping that it will empower other people that hear it and identify with it.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's a great song.
I
definitely got that like angst from it. That's why I was.
It's not a bad thing. We all need it every now and then, I think, don't we?
Oh yeah,
especially with the world as it is at the moment. So a bit of snark is not going to do a bad thing.
Exactly. We have to. It's our job. It has to be our policy to speak up, so that change and healthy environments can be created for us all.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Absolutely
great.
Oh. It has been a pleasure having you on today, Rebecca, and you are welcome back anytime.
Oh, I would love to. It was great talking with you both. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Paula and Donna.
Awesome. And no worries. Absolutely. Always welcome back. Always.
And make sure everyone, you go check out the links and descriptions. We'll make sure we'll have links over to Rebecca. Follow her. Check out her new album. Make sure it's on your playlist.
Yes.
And we will see you here for 20 Crazy Questions soon.
Adios.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.